Wendy, we're downtown Montgomery. What a city. It is constantly in construction, but that's a good thing.
That's right. That's kind of the theme of the year, construction, which is great because it means that Montgomery's growing and developing. We're really excited about it right now. Just about anywhere you go in the city, you're going to see something being developed, something new, or something being expanded and improved. So it's really exciting right now.
Because you've grown up here, so you have seen the city when it wasn't under construction, and I'm sure when buildings came down, you said, oh yeah, I'm glad they're getting rid of that one.
That's right. I've lived here since I was 4, so I have definitely seen things develop, and especially out east. That was the trend for a while, was the growth outside of the center city, and now the trend is downtown and riverfront redevelopment. A lot of cities are taking a different look at their downtowns and kind of bringing them back to life. They recognize that the downtown is the heart of the city, and this is where people work. A lot of people spend a lot of hours during the day, and we don't want people to just leave at 5. We want to be able to bring it back to life and have something going on around the clock.
Of course, cities like Montgomery are big cities, but boy, you add the fact that it's the state capital, and you get more traffic.
That's right. Having the capital here brings in a lot of different groups. We have a lot of associations that are actually based in Montgomery because it's the capital city, and that puts them close to the legislature, close to the people that are policymakers for them to lobby and bring their issues before the government. Also brings in the legislators themselves from all the different parts of the state when government is in session. So it's really exciting to live in the capital city where everything happens.
Working with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, being the Director of Communications, you have an opportunity to find out about all these things that are going on in the city. Has there ever been a time that you said, I didn't know that?
It's surprising. It's funny because even growing up here and living here, you find that a lot of times the people that live here and that have been here their whole lives are the ones that'll be the most surprised about something that's located here. It's amazing, and I'm always finding out new things, and then actually working with the Convention and Visitor Bureau and learning about all of our different attractions and actually meeting the people that operate the attractions and finding out that they're here and what they do and what their mission is to share just different little parts of the city with the people that come here from other places and also the residents.
Diversification is what I'm impressed at, where you have the zoo, you've got Shakespeare, but then you've got the Civil Rights Memorial, Rosa Parks Museum, so many things that are available to the tourist.
That's right. There really is something for every interest. Montgomery is known as the cradle of the Confederacy and the birthplace of civil rights. So 2 major events in U.S. history and also in world history happened right here. The Civil War started here. Montgomery was the first capital of the Confederate States of America. On the steps of our state capitol is a star where you can see where Jefferson Davis was sworn in as the President of the Confederacy. Those same steps are where the Selma to Montgomery March for voting rights during the Civil Rights Movement culminated, and Martin Luther King spoke from those same steps. So it's really amazing that such pivotal events happened right here in the capital city. And then in addition to the amount of history we have here, the Alabama Shakespeare Festival is located here. It's one of the largest festivals, theater festivals, Shakespeare festivals in the world. Montgomery Museum of Fine Arts. So we have all kinds of culture and history. In addition to that, numerous little galleries that feature original artwork by local artists. And the Montgomery Zoo is one of the finest zoos anywhere. It has a lot of natural habitats. They just added elephants, and they just had a black rhinoceros. They're also very excited a baby giraffe was just born. So growth there too, as well as the city. It's the theme.
For sure it is. Shopping.
Oh, lots of shopping. We have shops in all different areas that appeal to different people, and it's really neat because we have the big shopping centers like our Eastdale Mall. East Chase Shopping Center is a fairly new shopping center that has kind of an outdoor lifestyle center type of feel. In addition, we have the Mulberry District, which has lots of little antique galleries, boutiques, all kinds of neat little unique shops, crafts. Fairview Avenue also has a neat shopping district and a lot of historic different unique shops and locally owned businesses. So just everywhere in the city you can kind of find a lot of variety.
And talk about food. Any type of food.
All types of food. Right down here downtown at Union Station where our visitor center is, you have Lex Railroad Thai, so you have some wonderful Thai food right here. Then there's just all different kinds of food. We have an Indian restaurant that just opened this year that everyone's very excited about, adding to the cuisine. Locally owned fine dining, so you can get a 5-star meal right here by chefs that grew up here and that are local. Also, country cooking, home-style cooking. We went to Odessa's Blessings. That's a wonderful, locally owned restaurant, Southern cooking. People that come to visit here just love to find that. They want to try really authentic Southern food. They want to do the collard greens and chicken, and they want to taste it all, and it's right here.
Now, during Katrina, did Montgomery have anything to do with that? Were you impacted at all by that storm?
We were impacted quite a bit by Katrina. A lot of the people that were fleeing from Katrina came to Montgomery. We had several shelters. Our city operated, we have a city-county emergency management agency that coordinated a lot of the efforts to find shelter for people. All of our hotels participated. The Convention Visitor Bureau worked in conjunction with our volunteer and information center as a team to call around all of the hotels on a daily basis, sometimes on an hourly basis, find out where rooms were available so that we could find facilities and shelter for people. All of the churches and community organizations like the Salvation Army pitched in to provide meals and necessary blankets and shelter and just all of the staples that people needed, and just to minister to people and to try and provide a shoulder to cry on and a helping hand for people that really needed it.
Geographically, it appears to me, at least, that Montgomery is built on hills. There are things that you walk uphill for. Am I right? Are we on a hill or a mountain, or what are we on?
It's kind of surprising because it is hillier than people think. The percent, you kind of look around and it feels flat, but actually where the Capitol building was called Goat Hill. That's its nickname because way back when it was first built, it was near pasture land and goats would actually graze at the Capitol on that hill. So there is a lot of different varied geography here.
For sure it is. And we've got water out here.
That's correct. We're on the banks of the Alabama River, and that's one of our most amazing natural resources. And one of the big development efforts that's going on right now with downtown is riverfront development. Just really taking a look at the river as a resource for tourism. The river is used for commerce, for trade, for barges, and that sort of thing. But it really hasn't been utilized as much for the beautiful attraction that it can be for visitors. Some of the recent developments are the construction of the Riverwalk Stadium. That stadium is a multi-use stadium, and it's the home of the Montgomery Biscuits. That's our baseball team, and they were the Southern League Division champions last year, so we're really excited about how well they're doing. And we actually had a sports writer that last year traveled and visited every major and minor league baseball stadium in America in 1 year, and he said that Riverwalk Stadium, out of every stadium he went to, was his favorite. So that's quite a compliment. In addition to that, we developed the Riverwalk Amphitheater, Riverwalk Park, and there's construction going on right now for an extended Riverwalk, which will let pedestrians wander from one end of the river where the amphitheater is all the way up north towards Bell Street and Maxwell Air Force Base. So
I wanted to bring out the fact that you have a governor who's was reelected and is having his inauguration here in Montgomery, but the ball is in Birmingham.
That's correct. This is the first time that the ball is not being held in Montgomery, and that is due to the fact that our Civic Center is under construction and renovation right now. That's one of the major projects that's going on that really holds a lot of potential for Montgomery's growth. We are converting our Civic Center into a true convention center, expanding the facility to add exhibit space, and then in conjunction with that, there's the development of a 4-star Renaissance hotel, which also will add ballroom, meeting space, hotel rooms, and we have an existing Embassy Suites downtown, and that in conjunction with the Renaissance Hotel and also a Hampton Inn that's being put into a historic building that's being renovated into a Hampton Inn will bring the number of hotel rooms directly related to the convention center up to 600, a little over 600. So having that many rooms in conjunction with expanded facilities is going to really open up the meeting and convention markets in Montgomery and make it possible for big groups like the inaugural ball, but also big meeting groups that want to find a place to have a meeting, make it possible for them to come and see Montgomery, have their meeting here, and while they're here, explore, visit our attractions, our restaurants, and just really find out what a great place this is.
I was going to ask you about that because it would appear that the city is actually gearing itself towards bringing in the larger conventions so that they won't be left out because either they don't have enough hotel rooms or the meeting space isn't big enough.
That's correct. Tourism is one of the prime economic development tools for Montgomery's future, combined with revitalizing and taking advantage of the natural resource of the river and the riverfront, with having expanded meeting space. Having the state government here, like I mentioned before, is key to a lot of groups that want to visit here. So being able to have the facilities available to host those groups that want to come, not being limited by size restrictions, is going to really open up Montgomery for a lot of different new groups that haven't ever been here before, and just really let Montgomery expand that potential.
Wendy, let's give out some information, contact information. Somebody wants to know more about Montgomery. What's the easiest way?
Probably the easiest way to go to our website. If you have access to the internet, visiting Montgomery.com, go to the website there, and that will link you to all the information you need to know about conventions, about bringing your groups, about our attractions, and everything you need to know. Or you can call us at 334-264-1110.
Thank you, Wendy, very much for talking with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Glad to have y'all here.